What up, you guys? We are here for our weekly romance oracle and tarot reading. I hope everybody's doing well. Let's see what we have here. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. When it comes to our love lives, it can feel very tempting to want to get in there and do something about it. And that's usually not a good move. Things that are going in a healthy direction tend to unfold naturally all in good time. So if you are feeling, and plus, whenever we try to take any action, our consciousness, the state of our consciousness, is really what's going to flavor the result of the actions that we take. So if you are trying to control your love life by feeling say you have a feeling of scarcity and you feel like you are running out of time, or you're not having enough options, or you wanted to meet someone naturally and you haven't gotten on the dating apps, but you feel oh my gosh, I'm never meeting enough choices, right? And so you fill out a profile in a state of anxiety about it and oh, I better hurry up and do this kind of thing. Or, when you're going from at it from a scarcity mindset, you set yourself up in a dangerous and precarious position because your underlying belief is that there's not enough time to take your time, and there's not enough options to choose wisely. So letting go of control issues is letting yourself just have an inner sense of peace within, that if you show up in life to things that fill you with joy, that with things, to things and around things that you value, that are an authentic expression of you, then life will show up to meet you as well, and you will cross paths. But and even once you get into, say, a dating situation or a relationship, the more you try to have control over the direction of that relationship, or your day-to-day, or your significant other, or even yourself within that relationship, trying to micromanage yourself to people please, to not, cause any waves or whatever, it's then you are breaking down what you're trying to preserve. It's you're working against yourself. So having control issues is only ever an illusion of the opponent, that it's the ego trick that tells us, hey, if you keep control over the situation, then you're not in a precarious state of vulnerability. And that's always an illusion. That's never true. And it can only lead to suffocating circumstances, or inevitable breakdown or conflict, right? Because there's no authentic free will there. It's you're just trying to get a result rather than live in an authentic, organic way. All right, well, jumping right on in. Okay, what else do we need to know for the week that will be helpful? Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this going. So it's let go of control issues is a great example here to pair with unrequited love, because over and over again, when I watch videos with different relationship coaches that I really like, and they're talking about relationship issues and maybe even issues versus feminine and masculine energy. A common problem that women have, for instance, or men too, I guess, but they will fill in the gaps maybe and give someone the benefit of the doubt that is just there out of convenience, but they're oh, this is they keep showing up, so and it's this is a probably just rampant in the culture, I think, of men having these convenient connections with women with no real intention. And so it's just, as long as it's convenient and there for them, they'll just continue on. Whereas there's so many signs. Like we were just laughing last night at work about how the different characters on Sex and the City and like Carrie and Big and how toxic that like storyline was, because it's like, girl, you wasting your like life, like he isn't choosing you, just like go meet someone new. Like Big is like the most uninteresting, dry character anyway. It's like, stop being so forlorn. There's a whole city of options and it doesn't have to be big. And it's like just unrequited love. See it as like a blessing, because you're like, okay, great. You know, message received, on to the next, right? But like, don't hold on to a situation that really just isn't giving you the same enthusiasm. If someone is giving you mixed signals, or even like if they're not being proactive about finalizing plans or following through or like getting in touch with you, then it's like, just take that as the answer. Like you don't have to get clarity, like that's clarity enough. And you know, so it's like, just if you see something that's unrequited, then put it down, walk away. Don't give it another thought even. Don't try to figure it out. Like, oh, what was it? Like, give yourself closure. Like, self-love is not ruminating or giving any energy into a situation that is not like a mutual situation. And by like continuing to try to think about it or ruminate on it, it's like you're just having control issues. So it's just like, give up control issues and just walk away. Like, don't try to like get clarity or, you know, clear things up or blah, blah, blah. Just like, just go. You can just walk, move forward in your life. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So over the last couple of weeks, we've had both mother healing and father healing issues come up. And so the more that we heal our father wound and mother wound, the more that we will heal the feelings and the subconscious fears that cause us to want to have these control issues to begin with, right? Because they all stem from a fear of abandonment, right? And a rejection wound. You know, most of us carry some of that around in our subconscious. And so it like stems from the earliest parts of our childhood, where we perceived our parents as, you know, being, you know, at risk of abandoning us if we don't people please them or do what they say or whatever. So it's like we carry that on in our adult lives, and we try to seek out things from others and from the world that we didn't feel like we had as young children. So the more that we heal those family issues within with our parents, or with our memories with our parents, and maybe the gaps from our childhood of things that we didn't get, if we can at least identify those things, we can learn how to give ourselves those things. We can reparent our inner child and satiate that inner child in a healthy way and redirect it, rather than that unhealthy, wounded child subconsciously sort of directing your life up to that point. So healing family issues, like, it changes your whole love life from the inside out, because then you're breaking, like, continuing on the patterns that you saw between your mother and father, and your perceived understanding of their dynamics, and what your subconscious told you, oh, that is required to survive, right? That's kind of like on the level of your thinking at that young of an age. It's like survival, right? And so you're watching human relational dynamics, and you're making an instruction manual based on what you're perceiving as an ill-equipped, probably traumatized kid, right? Baby. So healing this is going to help us learn, where are we trying to have like control? Where is that like subconscious pattern coming up that's giving us an illusion that's actually thwarting and causing toxicity or like negativity or conflict, or blocking us in our love lives, and also maybe causing, you know, would cause someone to want to go back to an unrequited love or like ruminate about it. So healing family issues heals that sense of safety within a mutual relationship. And so it's like you don't hide from a committed full relationship anymore because of like an unconscious inner conflicting desire to protect yourself. So when we have like a fear that if we have like intimate relationships, those will ultimately be harmful, or we're afraid of them, then like that oftentimes creates in us like ways that we are unavailable but don't realize it. It seems like we are attracting unavailable people, but it's because it starts with something in ourselves that is unavailable. But the root to get to that issue, it goes back to family healing. And then let your friends help, ask for and accept support from others. So like just going into the relationships that you have within your family and your close friend group and working on those issues there. When we have like these control issues and these fears of abandonment or rejection or any of that stems from that early childhood stuff, it spills out into our other relationships. So you might often feel like a sense of maybe being like distant from your community, or isolated, or feeling like you're an outsider or something. And it's like healing these issues will help you heal those issues as well. It like branches out. So going to the core and the root of something is always the most helpful, because then it's like going into the spring and taking out the contaminant that's getting into the entire river, rather than trying to like comb the river to get all the, filter the whole river. It's like go to the spring and stop the contamination from the beginning, from the source. Okay, let's get a little bit more clarity from the Tarot of the Psychic Heart. Let go of control issues. So elaborate. What do we need to know about letting go of control issues? Heal. So this is the Star card. This is healing deep, long-held patterns. So there's probably something within your tikkun, which is your soul's assignments for this lifetime and for many lifetimes over, about specific things that you're going to be challenged with, that you'll have to work on healing. And so the healing right now is concerned with those control issues and believing the fears that put you in the grips of the temptation to want to feel like control is going to help you, when really control is mostly an illusion. We really don't have control over much except for our own self, our own perceptions, our own reactions, and the thoughts and feelings that we will feed within ourselves. So healing is possible and healing is at hand, but it will come on the other side of like letting go of control and surrendering to the Creator. Breaking chains, this is a good time too. We're in the waning moon cycle. Like all the light is being drained from the moon, and it's like pulling out energy. And so it's like a purging kind of energy. It's like have you ever done like a salve that like sucks out toxins? Like it draws like I don't know the word, but anyway, it's like that. It's like it draws it out. Like an Epsom salt bath will like draw all of the inner toxin buildup out through your pores, and you'll sweat it out. Same. It's like break the chains, cut the cords, have a nice salt bath, have some kind of cleansing. Okay, so unrequited love, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And it's just like there's not enough energy for something to be worth it. It's like if someone's not really like responding to you and giving you like proactive pursuit, then consider that unrequited. Because especially with like male-female dynamics, it's like if a man isn't pursuing the female, then it's not going to be a situation that he values. Like naturally, like primally on that level, it's like it works against you to have the control issues as a female trying to push something that is like, if it's showing it's unrequited, it's like it's only going to work against you. Embrace 21. So this is the world card. So this is actually finally learning your, like, seeing all the signs from the beginning of anything that's like unrequited, even down to professional opportunities, right? If somebody doesn't share, like, see your value in a work opportunity, because love and money are related. They both have to do with like what we will want and ask for ourselves and what we expect and what we feel that we're worth. So if you are, say, pining after a position in a company that doesn't really see your worth or value, it's like you're not going to have fulfillment if you get a job there, because they're not going to appreciate you fully, rather than if you saw another company that didn't maybe have the same glitter for you, because that wasn't your first, you didn't know about that one first, right? But say that one is like willing to like show you more value, and they give you more benefits, and they give you better, pay, and they make you do less. They let you focus on your, profession, like your expertise, right? Wouldn't that be better, right? So giving up like any energetic entanglement that's not an equal exchange, right? Think about this on a broad sense, because sometimes it's not as black and white as like some obvious like unrequited love example. Like that can be so many things that represent something that's not returning equal value to you. For instance, if you're just sitting your money in a savings account that's not a high yield, you're not earning any interest on it. It's just like depreciating. It's like rotting fruit, right? So, those are the ways that you can expand thinking about this as a whole. And so the world card is about coming to the end of a long cycle of learning and of soul challenges and growth and lessons, and coming to the end of it, and kind of, it's like spiritual graduation from one level of learning, and now you're going into the next level, right? But either way, this is like really taking the lessons from how, like, what you've been through and embodying that going forward, so that you're free to move in a new direction. Wiser and unencumbered. Healing family issues, seek. So this is the Hermit card. This is like, in order to heal family issues, it's like you've got to go into that inner temple, right? You've got to go deep into the heart. And there's parts of the Bible that talk about the inner temple and the heart, the innermost sanctum being surrounded by thorns that are full of scorpions and snakes. And it might be imagery from the Zohar, but basically that's saying, it's like, yeah, most people don't take the time to sit alone with themselves in quiet because it's too scary. They don't want to. They don't want to go through the pain and the fears that lie there in their heart of hearts, right? But in order to really purge ourselves of those old wounds that taint and taint our hermeneutic lens, we have to go there, and we have to sit in it and be with it in that discomfort, and really go through it and evaluate. And so in that time, you can develop like a very deep and sustaining connection to your higher power, and make a connection to that inner voice within. But it takes taking time alone to do that. And then once you do, though, it's like you get the hermit has the lamp that they hold, and they shine the light, and you hold the lamp up for others afterwards. It's like, hey, I've already been up this leg of the path. I have this lamp, I can hold it for you as well. And many times in like tarot artwork, the hermit is holding a lamp, and it's like illuminating a snake. And so it's like healing the family issues. It's like you're going deep into your subconscious to shine light on the subconscious lies that your ego is telling you that are keeping you in unhealthy love patterns. Love and money. Okay, let your friends help. Share the love. So let's see, is this 3 of Cups? So things to celebrate. Maybe like think of a first level of getting through something and then like cheers, yay. 3 of Cups can talk about like celebrations, graduations, like birth announcements, things like that are like in the early phases of like something, the beginning of something worth celebrating. Let's just say that. Also, like getting together with friends. This is a card that like shows friends getting together and cheersing. So in order to like take the pressure off of and the control off of your love life while you're healing these issues, surround yourself with the people that you love, with your family, with your friends, and fill your tank in the bosom of the support of your community. Like feel the love of the people around you, right? And notice that and appreciate that. And that's going to lift you up and make you feel sheltered and seen and appreciated and valued. And you will see and appreciate and value, and you can be there for your friends as well. And that gives you more of a sense of like meaning and purpose and well-being. Whereas, you know, the ego kind of wants to turn so far inward that you become completely self-isolated and completely like self-consumed. And so that's out of balance too. So we need a balance of both. It's like take time to turn inward and take like serious time to self-reflect, but then alongside of that, like spend time with family and friends and, you know, share your heart with them, share your journey. All right, you guys, I hope this is helpful. I hope that you have a good week. I hope that you can have some real realizations and healing moments, and yeah, move on from anything that is not returning equal value to you as well. Until tomorrow, ciao. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it, then please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications to be notified of when I drop content. Like the videos, comment, share them. Anything that you do helps these messages get out to other people who need them. So you watching a video and taking an action on it actually makes a positive difference in someone else's life.